Welcome back, forward back with the show if you're just joining us for the first time, and if you're here as a regular resident each and every week, we thank you for your company. This show is brought to you by,
Style of London and the Granaries.
of course, Rasta just to give me a little extra pretty voice this evening. So, as we say that, we have to just be appreciative of the Empress in the view writer. So,
You understand?
you see it.
Thank you.
And also, people will bring to you the best and the best from around the world each and every week, right here on TGM Radio. And like no other week, we bring to you another legend right here in the UK. He is formerly from the TOK group, the man who forward from the Portmore City is live in the building with us. Good evening to you, sir.
Yo, what go on? I'm gonna look on the camera. Oh, it look good. All right, what go on?
Listen, well forward to the studio.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Well forward to the Up on Live show. Give thanks.
Yeah, man, give thanks. Big up everybody. Nice reasoning. But they are tuning into everything we are going.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I drink, so I'm kind of mellow, but you don't know.
Exactly.
What go on?
So what's the reason? What's going on? You're in the UK now. I know you've been here quite a few times. What's the reason
Yeah.
for being here?
Well, I promote the new album. We have an album out now, and I still talk we as if it's still okay, but it's really me and my team. Bass has an album out called King Bass. And we're just there to promote the single. You know, the first single I'll fight is called Moolah. You don't know, it's like a dancehall trap, dancehall vibes. And we have some other nice features on the project as well. So we're there to promote. Even the record that the DJ just played a while ago, Gangsta Prayer, is one of the tracks from the album. So we're just there to make the people know where we're going. You don't know as an artist, you have to out and promote. You see me? You can't just drop a song and just sit down in the yard and
that's
just,
it.
yeah. You have to out and about and make people get to meet and see the energy. You see me?
I like the Moolah song. The Moolah have a different kick to it.
Yeah, man. Respect, man. Yeah, man. It get a good vibes.
It sounds like one of them songs where the European market way. The dancing type of you them will like.
Yeah, but also the hip hop, you know, cause I see Bobby Can does play it on Hot 97, and then we on the streets are promoted like Lego the Streets Wednesdays and things. So in the streets in Jamaica, at least in the circle where me I go, it a play, you know what I mean? And the producer is a youth we're in touch with the nowadays youth. Them is a youth named Blizzy, Tootsie Bird grandson, and him in touch with the sound. So to mix his sound with my expertise in the game, so to speak. I think the song come out really nice, and then the visuals was up to the time as well, is it me?
Is it feeling different for you releasing music as Bassy
Compared to TOK time?
Yeah.
No, not really. Well, it's different in the sense you have more freedom to create. You can carry the song anywhere where you want to go. And when you're in a group, you have to find compromise with the idea of them. But at the same time, that compromise can create some great music. So it's a give and take, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you get caught up in a year bubble, it's good to have even a producer around or a next set of people around you to give you a next. Because you can go off and go in an encyclopedia, and you can just go in an encyclopedia lyrics and somebody say, yo, brother, I don't know why you just say, like, bring it back to yes. You see me? That tends to happen a lot of time because I push myself in my zone, but it have to be relatable to people as well. So that's the give and take of the whole situation.
So listening to the album, seem like this album have a lot of influences from different places around the world. Where are Bassy based now in the world?
Bassy is still based in Kingston. Well, actually, we moved from Portmore, we're up in the Blue Mountains now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't know, Portmore, Hellsham, my heart same way. And we spend a lot of time in Berlin as well.
Yeah, because the last time I was in Berlin, I remember seeing you there when I was there, I think at
Casapaya?
Sentinel
Yeah.
Super Dance.
Yes.
Sentinel
yes.
Super Dance when I was there with Kira them and stuff. I remember
Okay.
was having a little chat.
Conversation back in the room. Yeah, big up yourself,
Now where?
G.
Excuse me?
So just I wonder
In the room.
if it's still based on that side.
Well, basically, my dad a lot, but more than some base there. Cause once you start to mentally say you're based there,
You feel like
you disconnect from, like me as a DJ, you
Yeah.
have to there Jamaica. Cause the thing I move at a speed where you don't want to be a man where they're over there and say you're a dancehall artist, but you
Not
sound
in
3 years
tune.
behind.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to dip on the ground as a God say. You see me, I say you have to dead there and you have to feel the vibes and you have to catch a thought them and catch a move them and very. So even though you can stay connected through the social and a lot of people up to the time say me through that portal, it can't compare to when you're in the studio create. Cause you can create a talk right there. So I have a song on the album named Zena. In the studio we create the talk and in the studio we create the energy, and if me the create over here so with my like a one virgin in Berlin, anything me say goes cause I'm just a try
You
get
just-
anything.
yeah, just like
You
get
see
the
me I say,
energy.
but when we build it in the streets and the dog them I say, yo, you find that talk the dog, and we end up patch up the whole song and put it together, then we know say we connect with the streets cause it build off of that energy there. you
Yeah,
know?
so
Right.
in terms of Jamaica on the streets, I know like there's a new format to dancehall at the moment.
Yeah.
Where do you see Basie fitting in to this hybrid sort of
This
dancehall?
dancehall trap, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as I said, the first track, Moolah, is dancehall trap. So for me, many of my colleagues from my time would bash dancehall trap.
Yeah.
Me not do that because first of all, Basie was influenced as much from the R&B groups as the hip hop, the Fugees and the TLC and the Snoop Dogg and the Eminem and the Biggie. So there's a lot of hip hop in even how Basie flow upon a rhythm. You see me? And then on top of that, if you check the lineage, reggae, create, hip hop and dancehall come from reggae.
Yeah.
You see me? So if if hip hop go to trap, it's kind of natural that dancehall going to go dancehall trap. You see me? It's natural that the youth them going to be influenced by whoever run the place now, and that sound they're going to be now, and then we're integrated with the dancehall. So I don't have a problem with it. I feel like what the problem is in the market is that once one trend set, everybody follow that trend.
Yeah.
So there's no balance. It's not like a selector go play some dancehall, some
Yeah.
this, some that, and keep it balanced out. From a that sound they run, first of all, every artist want go this song because this song run. So if I scamming around the place, every man I sing that. You see me? I say, and I'm guilty of it too because me have a dancehall trap song.
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like if you're going to do it, it should be authentic to you. And because it's authentic to me, because me definitely feel the vibes of Skillibeng and Skeng and the youth them, but feel the vibes there. So it's relatable to me and me can do that. But if you're probably a reggae singer and you grew up on that vibes there, probably it does not gonna relate to you. Or probably if you're a dancehall artist who come from the dancehall thing, probably you feel threatened by these youths as well. None of them don't really want to talk the truth, but none of them feel threatened by the new success. But if you check the cycle, it's always when reggae see dancehall come out, them say, yeah, mash up the thing. And then
It's
dancehall
evolving.
rise.
It's
So when
evolving.
dancehall say dancehall trap come out now, you can't just be the same cycle of fighting the music before. You have to embrace the youth them and the thing. So me personally, I have no
Yeah.
problem with dancehall trap.
Cool,
at
man.
all.
Okay, so let's just rewind back to where you say the glory days of Basie and TOK career. If you could
Well,
do
within the glory days are bass now, but the glory days are TOK. Yeah.
the glory days of TOK, yeah?
Yeah.
Two different roads.
If you could do anything different, would you do it different on that song we say Chichi Man?
My crew.
Yeah.
My dogs.
Would you check do you get any backlash over the world for that song?
Not really, you know, compared to other colleagues in the game, no, because we were very strategic with how we navigate that situation, you know what I mean? And the song named Footprints actually come and diffuse the whole situation. You see me? Because the truth is, as a youth, you got burn a fire because the forward dead. You see me? But as you start to travel the world and you realize that people taking your lyrics literally, you kind of have to check back and say, yo, Jano, like me personally, I don't care what
'Cause
the
that's-
orientation is
that's
if you
not
want to
your-
support my music.
Yeah.
But when me realize that this person might like my music, but because them feel offended by it, you can't. You kind of caught in this thing now where
Either
I
I-
no turn my back on the culture, but me
Okay.
still want my music be accessible by everybody.
Yeah, that's how you manage that because that's one thing. Me as a Jamaican,
Yeah.
there's a struggle
Yeah.
for me.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, but as a DJ,
Yeah.
living in the UK,
Yeah.
and you grew up in Jamaica a certain way,
Yeah.
and you live here,
Yeah.
it's hard for we kind of maneuver the market.
Yeah.
How do you angle that?
Well, two things I'd say. First of all, me no mind. I don't ever feel like one particular song is the end all of my career. So I don't have a problem moving on just to show people say if you say there's something there, watch me show you 10 more things about as an artist creating. So
Yeah.
I'm more on a mission to prove to people say yo, I have 10 more of them songs there. See the caliber of the song, not the topic. The next part of it though is that you kind of have to figure out where you want to be. Like if you want to be core and run the core, then you know what you have to do. You have to burn your fire. But if you want to reach a farther place, you have to make strategic decisions around that, and you really have to decide if you want to burn the fire and burn down the house where you're in, or if you want to burn the fire. So what we did, which was very smart for us, is we translated the song in the context of our culture. So when people say in like other countries like Germany, they were saying TOK is saying burn people because we're saying blaze the fire, make we burn them. So we had to go to UWI, go to Dr. Carolyn Cooper, translate the song and explain that when we say fire burn, we don't literally mean burning fire, but we mean just disapproval of a certain lifestyle. And by explaining that, then it took a little bit of the sting out of the perception of the song. But we still had to navigate it and still do. But for us, we kind of just move on and just say, yo, we have a million more hits. We're not really
you know what your intentions were.
Like, hold on there. Let me stop this for a bit, because just as we're explaining, I think a whole lot of people miss the understanding of when people say Bon Chichi man. So you take a white comedian, I forgot his name, apologies for that.
You forgot his name?
Yeah, he explained this part in his skit where he was doing a comedian skit, and he said, when you have Chichi, anybody know Chichi? In a Jamaica, Chichi eat wood. Right?
Wood.
Chichi eat wood. Chichi, yam wood. See it? And when you have Chichi in a wood, or you get rid of the Chichi, you burn a fire upon it down. And what we call Chichi, them type of people where same sex.
Well, I wouldn't to be.
So, in a sense, when him explain that, him explain in a jokey way and make people understand the concept, you know, say it's a disapproval of certain things in our culture.
Yeah, man, I know yes, but to be very, very clear, when we write the song, we never think as deep as all of that. When we write the song, it's a bad melody. We know the thought there road, and we just know say we're bonfire because it's bonfire music there on the place.
But at the time,
it wasn't like we think and say, yo, we'll go poetically write the thing in a way where we burn this, and we never really think. It's like that's how people read it, but to be honest with you, it was just like it's just the forward flex that to me say, yo, I have a bad melody, you know, da 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 da. I have the melody for like 3 weeks or a month, I float around, and then we find the rhythm, and the rhythm go boom, boom, and we say, yo, this can work on it. Seeing me a joke round. They mix them around the place, and with them dog, where my dogs at, I'm gonna look on the money and I say, I know me, I'm gonna start the song. My crew, my dogs, and laugh and run off. It's when I run off and look back, I see the man, every man mouth drop a ground, so. That's how we start the song. We do it as a joke. You see me? I say so. The song not as premeditated as how it's interpreted but it have so many touching points.
It's like a fluke.
No, what you say?
But that's an accent. If it was intentional, they say you do something.
No, what I'm saying is, as a youth, half of the thing them where the youth them must say no, where the elders them are born out. Them just say it because at that them say in the studio forget the forward, you know. When an artist I say Mali, him now really sit down and think about the impact of when him say Mali and how the youth them are gonna start taking the pill. You know? It's after it come out now and people start make a roar about it now, I'm gonna probably check back and say, Jano, I never realize I have that level of influence, and I never realize that people take it literal. Cause to me, when me I sing my song more for the forward. But people are taking it literal, that's a different thing.
So you would have want to come like when Alkaline sing about or something there?
What something?
Alkaline.
We know what that's a skill, but you know.
We don't want to start up right.
When Alkaline talk about Alkaline, then I'm saying,
you have to talk about Alkaline when you say Alkaline. I'm not Alkaline there, brother.
No,
alright.
You see, alright. You see the word Chichi man, yeah? We're gonna say it. I realize that some time another word pick up on the word, you know, is a next Jamaican take the word. Remember them time they never have as much social media present. So if at the world pick up that song and say, yo, you're saying this, you take a next person from your culture and say, yo, that's him say, you know. Because the word Chichi man as they say with the comedian number. It makes sense, because I watch it as well.
Yeah, it was explained.
It makes sense, but it always the fact that we Jamaican highlight these shit, and then make the world know say, oh yeah.
But even within that, what Mia says, if that person go out and make an awareness of the record, then make the awareness of the record, making it seem like the record is promoting the violent culture.
That's the problem.
And that's not what the song is doing. The song is dance. People just dancing to the song. There's no record of that song inciting any kind of violence.
No, it was a comedian skit, so he was doing it as joke. It wasn't really about.
No man, I'm not talking about a different thing, man.
You must say the song. So when we listen to the song, and we as Jamaican know. I would just go to the floor and we enjoy it like the song, like it bad. But then, as I say, the world know where we actually say in our dialects. it take a next Jamaican.
Right.
Let's start with the scamming thing when them go way up America in a
Yeah,
White
yeah,
House. When
yeah,
you go, I tell the man, say, them want to go to Jamaica, I put up cartel song and I say, yo, reparation shit. I'm hear the song which I say, yeah. The reason why them are scam are because of that, yeah, which is not right. But that's it. But listen to the words, they use particular words, particular highlight in a song and say, this we are running with, either get a good promotion or a bad one. So that's what happened. So obviously the man say, they move past that.
Yeah.
With the song we say after that.
Footprints.
Yes.
So what happened with Footprints now is like between 2001 and 2005, them was making it seem like we are just promoting violence. But when our brother, one of the members of the group, brother passed away from gun violence, and we sing Footprints, it become one of the biggest songs for our career, When You Cry, Cry. And
Yes, right now.
Yeah, and it address violence in general. So even though it might not be what they were talking about, it's just like we take this position now of saying, yo, we're not promoting no violence.
Yeah.
You understand? And that kind of diffuse the situation because, honestly speaking, brother, me not really care about a man and him life. If you want to listen to music, him listen to music. Me have a problem when a person brings certain vibes to me personally. Me not depend on that. But me not really feel like it's me for tell a man how to live him life. I feel like when we sing the song, we don't realize that some people are going to take it for be very judgmental. And I'm not judgmental of people. So it's not a fluke. I stand by the record, I sing it out of Carnival what there and get the biggest forward. So me no backtrack on my song, but I'm still very careful of understanding the context and the weight of the song in the society we live in now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right. So Bass is a multi-talented individual, multifaceted individual.
Give thanks.
I'm speaking as if he's not in the
Hands up, black
studio.
spirits.
You're an entrepreneur. You are a promoter.
Yeah, man.
And producer. We can put producer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we have
on.
record
Yes.
label, we have artists signed to the label.
So talk to us about the record label, Bomb
Rush
Records.
Yeah, man. Actually, we have that label from very, very early in TOK days because one of the things I did from the early stage was like I wanted to have control of my music and control of my destiny.
You never want nobody.
Yeah, I never really wanted a
Outside.
big mentor, a big standard of how me look on things how it should be is like Bob Marley's how him set him thing even after him gone now him things still proper.
Right.
So I wanted my record label. I'd started the record label. I've signed a couple artists. I've produced artists.
Such as?
I've produced Cartel, Movado, Bounty, Beanie, Bungie, Machel, Sasko, Taros.
The whole of the 90s.
Yeah,
Yes.
the whole of
Sizzler.
the people them in my time, they have recorded music for me. Sizzler, not Caperton. But basically a lot of people, and obviously TOK.
Right.
And in the process we signed some artists where we developed them, not really bust as how them should have bust, but they have a youth named Sleepy Hollow Tips. Right. And then a lot of the youth them were out there now, where I run the place, I now call them my name and I look no hype off for them. But a lot of the youth them out there now, we were very instrumental in the development of them.
Career.
And some of them are do good and we can look and say yeah, and then some of them still need to give them another race days.
So
you know?
pray,
So we're involved in the business from many different
from
sides.
a long time. And then you shared with us earlier that you moved from Rona Portmore over hills over the beach.
Yeah.
Gone up into the cool hills of, of Blue, I was about to say Beverly Hills of Blue Mountains.
Yeah, man.
And was that a strategic move or was it because of the Blue Mountain Festival that you and
The festival came after the show, after the move.
After the move.
Yeah, I moved there because I did just feel the mountain I call me, and me is a nature youth. So if I'm not there at the beach, I'm not there at the mountain.
I read it last time.
you know, has anybody watched?
Am I wide out? What did I say?
No.
Me I say yeah. Are you right? The song you carry la boy go hillside.
Well,
when me hear me sing it, me say yo, but I see we do this 10 years ago. We did this 10 years ago. Yeah, man, we moved to the mountains.
Moved to the mountains. And the Blue Mountain Music Festival, is it still ongoing?
No, we paused it after the first 2 years because I think the third year there was like this hurricane in the mountains. Because the festival is at the top of the national park.
Okay.
And when you look down the backstage, the back drop of the stage is a city of Kingston.
Okay.
Really, really nice vibes up at Halliwell. Really, really nice vibes. The first year we had Chronics and all of the youth them were around the place now.
Right.
Second year we had like Taros them and TOK with the Third World. We did a lot of nice bookings. But I think 1 year was the hurricane, and then the next year was Corona, and I'm like, oh.
So, are there any intentions of restarting the
Now
festival?
watch your vibes, because right now, if me to put £100,000 in a Blue Mountain Music Festival and then Corona come with a
Need a
want
ball.
to jump off a cliff. So I hats off to every promoter that's still taking the risk, but me have to wait a little bit. Give it probably 2025. I'll bring back the festival.
And then the last aspect of
I want to
things.
ask one question. So their first album, that name, Holy Temple. How did they get that name? Where that name
Holy
come from?
Temple. All right, so you asked it at the right time. So when I moved to the mountains, with that power of sister and I just get that inspiration. So I have to move to the mountains. No, the real thing him say. The real thing him say. If you have the right energy around you, no stress, no that. You see me? And with that power with like a muse actually. Somebody was like a muse. And we're there at the mountains and say, yo, man, I gotta get a house up here and the music I got different. And she said, yeah, I gotta get it. Seen? And like 7 years later, I just drive go up in the mountains. My godmother come to Jamaica, me and she and her husband and my mother driving in the mountain, I carry the strawberries and I just start feel the vibe like, yo, I want a house up here. I want a house. I'm just sit for the whole day. I drive go Halliwell, I want a house, I want a house. And everybody I say, yeah, I gotta get the house, man. And as I drive off, I just say I signed a house for sale. I'm calling. At first, I tell my mother, say, oh, say, I signed a house for sale. And my mother says, so stop and check the number now. And I say, mommy, from all the sign look, that don't sell already and they just don't take down the sign. And she said, no, man, stop and check the number. And I said, mommy, bill no, man, I know the thing going on. And my mother put her hand on my shoulder and say, too stubborn, stop and check the number. I pull over, try the number, house available. I go in, the lady live at Negril. I'm walking. From walking, but I say, my house this. 4 bedroom, 4 bathroom, real nice vibes in the mountains.
You see, man, say about a muse. A muse is somebody that inspire you to do a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
great stuff.
Yeah, man. And from that, the first song that I built on that, from 10 years before the album come out, was Holy Temple. So I build that song, and then the next rhythm I build was Naya Bingi rhythm. I don't know if I'm going to play it here, but there's a song Taros Riley have a name, Shaka Zulu Picnic.
Yeah, I know
Bad
that
song.
song.
That me build that rhythm, then I play the
Bad
whole of that rhythm then
song.
with my guitar and conga drum in the mountain. When you listen to that song, you hear some crickets in the background. At the time, I have the microphone on the balcony. I play the guitar, and the crickets just fit the vibe of the song,
into it.
vibe of the rhythm. I mean, I have Shane or Sizzler, all them on the rhythm.
Yeah.
You see me? And that was the first rhythm I released. And then from that time, I know some have to do something with Holy Temple, but I take my time. And the time was really 2018, like 9 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking about taking the time and making that, we know TOK and BSU are a well traveled individual.
Yeah.
I realize since the early part of the 2016 to now, I see like Israel and that part of the world is a big fan of reggae music.
Yeah.
Could you speak us about your trips to Israel?
Yeah, man. Israel is, especially Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, I'm a place, man. And people wouldn't expect that so much lively
Would be
dancehall music is in Tel Aviv. But it's a big party scene, you know what I mean? Yeah, my cousin there?
Yeah, I actually have a cousin. She keep on inviting me, but I'm afraid of Israel.
Nah, man, you can go out there, man.
No, actually,
Yeah.
them actually are going.
Actually, yeah, because when she forward and she come a yard, come link me and in a yard, and we have played the dancehall song them. She has sing everything.
Yeah, man,
And I
that's
said,
that
"Oh, you
lively
know that, man."
dancehall scene over there, man.
So it's a big dancehall scene
Yeah,
in
man.
terms of
Yeah, man, a lot of the
Israel.
Ethiopians support it, mainly Ethiopians, and then some Israel citizens as well.
And I realize your album in 2018 it got distributed in that side as well in Europe.
Yeah, man, I did a promo tour over that side with Touch. What I try to do every year as a solo artist, I set some goals what me want to achieve personally. So I try to touch a new market every year. So that year we did touch Kosovo and some other place over that side. But Israel has always been cool with basis. So yeah, man, we do probably multiple shows we've done over there, concerts in Tel Aviv, and nice vibe, you see me? And I know the music and things.
As BSC as a multi-talented individual, like I just wanna kind of get your little synopsis of the future of dancehall.
Yeah.
Would you see dancehall moving away from the name brand distributors of the music to like solo acts, like just YouTube or whatever you can do on your social media?
Most dancehall artists releasing their music probably through TuneCore or DistroKid right now. The main player that was in the game for a couple of years was 21 Papillus. and Zojak. There's a new player that coming up well called At 1 RPM. So you have options if you want to put out your music as a credible dancehall artist. Empire also offer distribution as well and a couple more. I offer distribution because I also offer that service through the extension of the network. So me distribute my own music myself, but there are a lot of players there. I think what happened now is that the game changed. Like in the generation where me and forward from, to release a song means that the song is available for purchase and for streaming. Nowadays the youth them really release a song from it up on YouTube. You see me?
It's gone.
So for a man can say, yeah man, I have a new song out and I can't find it on Spotify because right, because what him do is buy the rhythm from somebody on YouTube same way, and him only have rights to release it on YouTube.
Isn't that about cutting out the middleman and so you can make more profit for yourself? Because we know that record don't really sell that much nowadays.
Right.
So it's like cutting out the middleman. Anything you make of the song on YouTube is your royalty. We don't consider as your royalty or your views.
Yeah.
Because you already pay for the rhythm and everybody's streaming it, so you generate your views.
You just leave a middleman. The money you pay for it, you rent it, you actually own it. You can
No,
buy it
you
outright.
can buy a rhythm straight.
buy it
Like
and it's
Basic is a creator. If I decide say I want to go to him and say like more to him, I want to buy it outright,
So
he won't have nothing
yeah.
to do with it. Or I could go to several different persons. So I'm just saying, as a man that do multiple different things, what advice you would have for the younger youths that come in the business? Because we know the game is changing very quickly.
Yeah.
Would you see them cutting out the middleman? Would you see that as a good option?
Yeah, I mean, always, if you can control your destiny better without a middleman, definitely that's always better. I think it's just making sure you understand the business. That are the main things. So a man can cut out the middleman to his peril, or he can cut it out to his fortune. It depends. So basically, right, if you cut out the middleman and you go YouTube, but your song is not found on Spotify or Apple Music, then your reach is very limited. And truth be told, you in your mind don't. It's different if you strategically decided to, but if you in yourself think you release it, and you say, yeah man, I have a song around, man, go check out my thing now, man, and a man say, yo, I'm not see it on Spotify, then that's mean you're missing a part of your market, your reach, you know what I mean? You're part of your market. But if you strategically say, yo, I YouTube my thing there, I'm not go nowhere else. You have people who do that. You have people who just stick to one platform and then grow. So it just depends on your team and your plan, you know what I mean? But I think, sorry for cutting, but
go ahead.
cutting out the middleman is always good because it means that you have more control over your destiny.
It teaches you more business skills as
Yeah,
well.
you're more accountable. You have to learn now. You can't blame
Not
that person.
depending on anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
But yourself to do it. And there's another aspect of your multi-talentedness, for want of a better expression.
You're big up too much, man.
There's this last thing that is happening. You're a deputy CEO of the Caribbean's first and leading geospatial.
Geospatial company, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And the name of it is?
Spatial Innovision.
And what
What's
is that? So explain that to us.
I rock it a gas space, what go on?
I mean, that's a different thing altogether. That's another music thing still. That's
exactly. That's why I said you're very multifaceted.
Dear
So-
spatial, more I hear this one very interesting.
Explain to
no,
us
it's not
what
space.
exactly that
It's
is.
spatial. So basically, every aspect of your society has some geographical component to it, and there are tools that you can use, and organizations can use to make better decisions based on that. And I lead that form of solution for folks. What I mean by that is, if the government of Jamaica wants to create a whole new area for new homes for people who need houses, them have to test where's the most suitable place, where is the most accessible place, all of these factors. I help them to analyze places and make those decisions. I give them the tools, or not I personally, the
You and
company
your
that
team,
I'm a part of, give them the tools to help them create that. And that's just one aspect, but I mean, all right, I want to bring it back to music. All right, so if you look on your Spotify playlist and your data, and you just say, if me get up now and you look for me and say, yo, brother, some mad artists there UK now you need for voice, them money you need for day, yes sir, and this and rare.
Which is true.
Which is true.
Yo, brother, some
But
mad
if-
artists there UK.
Mad
for
artists,
vice
they are
them
UK
now.
where you need for voice.
And you bring the first artist to me and said, these are the artists. I want you come up with a plan for him. I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to listen to him. I'm going to look on him Spotify data, I could find that even though he's from UK, he have this huge following in India or New York. That kind of geographic data is gonna let me know, say, all right, while we are happy here, let's not put all of our resources here. Let's try and get him jumping off with an artist over in New York or get on a radio promo over there, because the data implies that. That's what I help organizations to do. Whether it is a telecom that say, I need to know where all my lines are and I need to know how this tower is going, I can sell them the drone to analyze it, inspect it. I can help them to map all of that. It's just another side business, a family business, and I'm just the heir apparent. So I'm working. Yeah, man. You reach back a yard, man.
You need to imply
enough. You know, you're saying, man, months spend off the money run a back road. If don't got no money.
By the way, I'm from Portmore, so big up back road. Big up the girl that run a back road.
Listen, we have insurance. When I say no, when you say this one there, it's funny. Everybody over here, actually got iTunes, yeah? I'm going to say, yo, most of Africa have Android.
Yeah.
Why not put it on like the
platforms that can be
reached?
So if they have 2, 3, 7 million views in Africa, not because it's not Apple, don't mean it doesn't count. Because if it's not Africa, yeah, you're gonna get the crowd. Enough man just want to stay, as I say, you just say, in a them demographic, and it's like you have 10 people here, so we have 5 million people somewhere. But true, it's not a hype area. Wouldn't know one.
Right, and also you can look at a place like India and say, all right, the volume of market that's there, if I can tap 1% of that,
you're good.
That's a lot.
Good.
Yes.
So that kind of decision making.
Never, Jamaican answer go India.
No, but that's the problem.
The market is, and dance are so close to the music over there too.
Yeah.
The music, when you hear Coolie dance, and them rhythm then, and when you watch some Bollywood thing, them have some dancehall beat in the music.
Yeah.
But
the soundtracks.
Even though Israel, and I'm not sure about it. This is the point I try to show some man over here now. But then, see, if him as a man in the business for longer, a little bit do all out touring and that, when them come say that, so it's like, but I've been telling this person one-on-one. Sometimes the message of a
forward from
broadcast from more
else.
credible source, but at the same time, if me I tell you the same thing and over somebody come right us up, come say me I say, when you're not gonna understand for learn.
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah. This is an interesting conversation because that's something new to myself and to the team. We've never heard about.
The science is called GIS, Geographic Information Systems. You have a company in UK called Esri UK that's providing the same services that I'm doing for the English-speaking Caribbean.
Okay.
They're like our sister company.
Right.
And it allows any organization to visualize their data. All right, so when Corona hit,
yes,
that's the first time that people understand the value of GIS, this thing that we do.
Right.
Because for every case, all of us were looking at a map. We were looking at either the John Hopkins map or one of these maps, and it was showing you where it's spreading, and a dashboard that show you how much people have passed away, how much people sick, how many recovered. All of that is a simple solution that the company that I'm a part of can provide and does provide to all of the English speaking data analysis, visualizing.
So it's not only tailored to, because when you just explained it, the thought process that forwarded into my head was testing of soil to see if the soil is
you can do it for that too, soil analysis.
But now that you said that, it is much more wider than just
it's
testing
every
of
aspect
soil.
of a society. Every aspect there's so much that we do that is location based. From your phone, you can when Nando's or I don't know about Nando's, I don't want to talk them business, but definitely like Starbucks and Walmart, if they're setting up a new franchise, they do a GIS analysis first. They need to know proximity to supplies, proximity to spending, proximity to competitor, accessibility, all of that. So what we do is provide that software. Just like if we're in the studio, you need a Pro Tools or you need a Logic. We help them with ArcGIS, this platform that allows them to make the deepest analysis.
More flip this is something close to our art.
Yeah.
Do you get any work in terms of the dance or feel like more keep a dance?
And people call me and say,
more on some information and more on some some like data pan here. So
well,
I think about if you keep you over the background there. I think if you keep it on a crowd, I more do it carnival dance style. Run a little thing and tell them what I go.
Bro, I think so there are people that's doing that right now. I am personally last night create a map for a very popular venue in Jamaica that needs to understand that proximity of the 100 meter what's allowed based on the Noise Abatement Act. So they know that they need to create. They know that the police is saying, "Hey, you're making some noise disturbance, and you only allowed 100 meters or 200 meters or whatever it is." Can I visualize that? Can your company or your partners help us to look on a map and see that, so that we can go around that 100 meter radius and do a sound check to see where we are? So that's how, exactly like what you say. You totally get it. That's exactly how it can help.
Because that is developing the culture, that's developing the music, and that's also creating business and jobs for people in Jamaica.
Yeah, of course, and it's helping us to have a credible footing when we respond to the legal ramifications. So when them come and say, lock off the dance because it make too much noise, you can have a map that show, hey, I just walked this 7 perimeter and I just showed that the sound is accessible here, so what's the problem? And that is power. That's empowerment, you know what I mean? So that's what we try to do. We try to empower our customers through locational data.
And we look for, it's very interesting because that's something different to what we're used to.
Yeah, but not really loud up that thing there, because people like say, yo, the artists are nerds, yo, the things that the artists are bad man, yo, the man that talk about some fintech business.
I don't agree with you.
No, man, we're streets, yo, listen, streets, we're gangster around here, gangster for life.
I believe.
I'm glad to say I thought that, because a Dragon for once, everything a Dragon say, when you reply to what I've been saying, the same to promoters with phone. No, it's true. It's weird that every time I tell them, I don't believe the same thing. So I go show when promoters.
Jamaica, that's what they are, man. So don't hot.
No. When even when they're yard, I might tell my cousin them when they're in our bubble, or if they come out of the bubble, they're like, what do you mean?
Why if you're bubble, go tell man to come out of the bubble?
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, take your vibrance.
I didn't know why. Anyway, it's like, oh, you over here, I'm on the phone and I say, yo, but a video see me, I tell the man, say, yo, that one didn't make sense, but that one didn't make sense. I have a secret location. They don't get advice, and shit happen, then the man said, it will tell you. So sometimes
it's needed.
You need it. But if technology is there to help you.
Him or a next person from,
because
you know what? I forget more famous. Let's say a conversation.
Anyways, but I mean, it is needed within our industry. So
for sure.
Give thanks to you and your team for the creation of this type of
service
avenue and the service that you're providing.
Yeah, man,
and I want to learn more about it.
Yeah, man, we can talk about it afterwards. You don't know, but at the album, more the people know about.
Want to talk about the project
because
such people not deal with the word about what show. We are dealing with the project, which is what King
Body
Base
of work.
It don't deal with album because it's bomb from album.
See there, you get it.
But by the way, remember say we originate them things, so we are the commissioner. So if I say nothing, I have diplomatic immunity.
90s artists with a lot of wine.
Because we, before it was wire, we shoot up the place. Boom!
Right. So we've gotten, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, Basie is here in studio with us. We've had an interesting conversation so far. There's another aspect that we're wrapping up the show. But there's a special aspect of our show that any artist, when a business, if you're just a start out in the industry or you're middle or you're in there from 19 or long, there's an aspect of the show that you cannot and will not dodge.
Let's do it.
Dragon All Star controls this part of the show. We're just going to hand it over to him. And yeah, you just what do you say?
Do your thing.
Just do it.
You see that part, yeah?
Just do it.
Yeah, me like how people I watch interview and everybody chillax and I relax.
Where are most of the people from at this point?
We're Jamaican.
Okay, no, because I heard that there was a Ugandan connection as well. So.
Yeah, because obviously the core of the station.
The core of the station is Uganda.
So big up the Ugandan. You have Ugandans watching as well?
Yeah.
Big up the Ugandan.
Big up the Ugandan.
Yeah, man, because we represent a Kampala. We run through Kampala.
You know the thing goes. So, people, you might don't recognize the talking voice, but watch how the voice change quick and forward. Me play some rhythm, and I'm going to change the voice and forward. Watch ya.
Yo, so remember, first and foremost,